How you niggas doing?
I feel very grounded. I feel very stable. I feel like we walking in our purpose. Like, I feel great.
I
feel great.
I feel sober.
You know, that's a purple problem, you know?
I feel sober because Omni forgot to get tequila this week, and because we got really drunk last week.
I was gonna say, I was like, let's tell them the story because
we got really drunk last week.
We got hella drunk, and when I say we got hella drunk, I probably spent $200 just last week alone.
We spent so much money on Monday. I'm looking at my bank account like I'm ashamed of myself. Oh,
girl, I was disappointed. I said, not me spending $200 and acting like it's nothing.
Not me spending that and. Girl, what? And there's men around.
Girl, we was spending that with men around.
Girl.
I think it's because, like, because I remember I was like, I'm about to buy that nigga's hookah. You were like, why are you like this? I was like, cause I'm a boss ass bitch and I do this shit. And da-da-da-da. You was like, but you don't have to. You don't have to be a boss ass bitch. I was like, no, fuck that dude.
I'm like, you don't have to buy his hookah. That's what?
I don't know, but when I'm lit, I just feel like, what is money but paper?
That's what we feel when we're drunk, and it's a serious problem that we feel this way. That's a problem.
That is a problem.
I'm not going back to that place because I feel ashamed. I spent $200 because you know what we did, y'all? We bought 2 shots of 1942 shots back to back.
And you know how much 1942 is? $30
each. So we spent $60 just on shots.
And then we tipped $20. And then we proceeded to eat some food. And we got drinks too. Didn't we get drinks that day?
Yeah.
So I'm looking at Crafty like somebody stole my money. But it was really me that stole my money.
I'm feeling real violated from Crafty, y'all. So I don't want to go back to the scene of the crime.
I want to go back though.
I'm not going back to the scene of the crime. You want Crafty so bad. Man, right now I'm feeling fuck Crafty, use a hoe.
So what we gonna do after this episode?
We'll figure it out. But we gotta get back to the show, girl. You know what? Why you check out our YouTube? Please show, girl. I was on our YouTube the other day. It's so sad, y'all. Please show our YouTube some love.
It's okay. It depends, I guess, on the topic because when we're talking about relationships and sex, our views are like through the roof.
That's all y'all want to hear. We want to be versatile hoes.
We do want to be versatile hoes, but y'all don't allow us that box, that safe space to be versatile. Y'all want us to only talk about how niggas ain't shit and bitches is this and the third.
But that's our audience.
That is our audience, but. Can y'all give us a broader audience? Like, can y'all just give us something else y'all want to talk about, please? Because I got
a good episode idea for next week.
What is a good episode?
I'm not gonna say it here.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you later. I called you to tell you about it. I typed it in too. So I think it's gonna be a good idea to do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Let us be versatile hoes.
Yeah. Please give us a safe space to be creative because we got to keep doing this for y'all at different type of rates. We got to keep leveling up because if we still talking about relationships in season 4. Granted, we still gonna
have. We can still talk about relationships,
but we shouldn't be relationship based podcast.
Exactly. We don't want to be a relationship. We want to be a podcast that talks about everything and everyone, and we
want
just
you to
talk
come
shit while we drink wine.
Yeah, we want you to come here for your TED Talks. We want you here for your motivational shit. We want you to come here and know that these are the bitches that got y'all back, and we here for you.
Period. Our reels are popping, so check out our reels.
Reels are really popping.
What else? Our TikToks. Our last TikTok, not TikTok. Our Thriller. Was it Thriller? Thriller was okay.
But I always tell you, when we don't pay attention to the numbers, our numbers come. So,
exactly.
Yeah. Thriller, and then Sip and Review.
We used on this shit and we review it.
Then we have Tea Time. Mm-hmm. Those we haven't done in a while, but we're going to get back on that because we are about to start making content like crazy, y'all. Literally stay fucking tuned. Literally, we have great things coming up. We don't want to speak too much on our blessings, but
Period. And the girls are back at it again. Another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill. We create conversations. Oh wow.
Sipping wine.
I go by the name of Thug motherfucking Sammy.
And I'm bitch's Mellow Yellow Teray.
I stumbled on my own damn name.
Oh. Girl, it's because you probably need to change it up just a little bit.
I'm never changing it because that's me, Thug motherfucking Sammy, and that's on.
Period.
All right. So let's see.
These are fun facts.
Let's get to our fun fact. Fun fact is I'm a new plant mom. I'm taking on this life, and I feel like I'm trying my best at it.
Yes, her plant already died. One of them.
No, it did not. A leaf died, and it's normal for elephant plants to have one leaf die. It's usually 3 good leaves and 1 bad leaf, so it's normal.
Oh, is
just
it?
cut it and then.
Did you look it up?
I did.
Okay, I was gonna say.
I have a book called.
I know plant book. Okay, so I appreciate that. So, my fun fact.
Trying to put me out there like I'm a bad mom. She killed her babies.
She killed her babies. Not your first playing.
Not the babies.
But my fun fact is, y'all, that I have not used a microwave in like 6 months.
Whoa.
Yeah.
How?
I already don't like leftovers, but dating, he always talks about that's really bad radiation and da 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 da. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And I guess that also, like, is the reason why I always go out to eat, too. Because I'm like, well, I'm not cooking, so, you know? So, I don't know. Put two, three together. But, yeah, I have not used a microwave in 6 months.
That is a really fun fact.
Yeah, because... And they said that you lose weight faster if you are not putting... I don't know. I'll show you the study of it. Like, you lose weight faster if you don't put your food in the microwave.
Yeah, I believe it. I definitely believe it.
So, yeah.
Let's get to some motherfucking wine facts. We're getting some motherfucking tea time. So, today I got dough. I don't know shit about it because I got it on the way here, but it's a Chardonnay. I want to get a white wine this time because I feel like we've been doing red wines back to back to back to back.
But that's just who we are.
No, that's who you are. And you keep trying to take me on this journey with me.
Is it cold though?
It's not, girl. I told you I got it on the way here, so it's not cold. But it's
so
Chardonnay.
the least you could have did if it was gonna be a Chardonnay, let it be cold.
Well, sis, I got it on the way here.
Right.
Okay, it's called dough. It is the foundation of bread. Ooh, I like
that
dough
good.
bread.
Dough bread, cheddar, money.
Fall on you. All right. So it is a 2019 California Chardonnay from the North Coast. It says it's going to be a creamy citrus fruitated Chardonnay with diverse flavors, openness to conventional minds. Okay, so open up my mind, though. How much alcohol content in it? I don't know. I'm sorry. We're getting real lazy with this shit. 14.5. A Chardonnay with 14.5.
So we getting real lazy with this shit. Speak for yourself.
Last week you did the same thing.
I know, but guess what? We was getting smoked.
We as you know, now we're getting dough. Okay, come on.
I'm getting money, okay? We getting Arab money. Isn't that a song?
It is, but is that offensive?
I think it is, but
Arabs do have a lot of money. He wasn't lying. I think it's the whole that shouldn't be on. I don't know if he should have done that. That's kind of fucked up right there.
Honestly, I just think that as much as people say slightly racist things with a little undertone, I think we got to desensitize people from getting offensive because sometimes it's like maybe because people don't know better. Sometimes I don't know that Arab was a slur or a bad thing to say.
Yeah,
so granted,
we don't know better.
We do need to up our knowledge on it, but it doesn't mean that our intent behind it is to be, malicious.
Of course.
It's not, because, we're black.
Yeah.
We can't be racist. We don't have the power to be racist.
Exactly, and we don't essentially try to be racist, ever.
Oh, for sure.
It just happens that way. Anyways, let's get to some fucking tea time.
Tea time.
First and foremost, how do you feel about Lamar Odom commenting under Chloe's pictures?
I love it here. You know what? I love it here because you know what? The competition is thick, it is fierce, and it is here. Like, I just feel like you gotta have some real big dick energy to do some shit like that. Knowing she cheated on her. She found you on a whorehouse while you were face down in coke. I don't know how the story went.
He actually almost died. He OD'd.
Okay, but either way, it's real bold of you to show back in my life after you ruined it. Like,
it's like the competition of the cheating niggas.
It is the competition.
Wow, they were just
like who could cheat better and who could keep her still.
And
honestly, Tristan won that fight because he got a baby out of her. Like, he was like, not only did I cheat on you.
I feel like they're so smart on who they have babies with because Kim was with what's his name for like years and years and years, never had a baby. What's his name? Reggie Bush, yeah. And then has a baby with Kanye. Well, of course, she got married. But Kylie never had a baby with Tyga.
Yeah.
Quick had a baby with Travis.
Yeah, quick.
Chloe never had a baby with none of these niggas.
Yes, but she had
Tristan. They know who they're trying to have babies with.
They really do.
They're like, let's see what babies will be the cutest with this black man.
Honestly, they got the pick of the litter and they all got a type.
They all got a type. Black. Yeah, I think it's real funny. I think Tristan trying to throw him in the picture was even funnier. Like, who's scared of you? I know you're
honestly, because you remember that one episode of the Keep Up with the Kardashians, and he was like, yeah, because y'all are making it hard for me.
The way he clapped back and rolled his neck, I'm like,
sir, sit your ass down.
Who's scared of you? I want to know. Like,
your name's not even Tristan. You are Chloe's baby daddy. So, that's how I see it.
Girl, when this blows up and they see it, they're gonna come after us, all the shit we talk about.
Honestly, to have a Kardashian come after you is an honor because you know what, y'all have the money to do it. So that means we're gonna have the money for y'all to do it. So
all right,
speaking into our life.
Zalia Avant. She's the first. Did I say her name wrong?
I don't know, girl. Ooh, this is good.
Oh, we didn't even toast.
We didn't even toast. We just come on. Let's just toast real quick. Cheers to another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill.
Okay. It's It's actually good. All right, so Zelia Vaughn, she's the first Black Spelling Bee winner. Shout out to her.
She's the first Black
Spelling Bee winner.
What?
Period. Yes.
What?
Yes.
It's giving me real Aquila and the Bee vibes, like I told you earlier. Yes.
Shout out to her.
This is the year of the Black.
I'm sorry?
This is the year of the Black. Like,
right.
Everything great for Black people is happening.
Right.
Y'all, get y'all's fucking bags up. Get y'all fucking minds right.
Right.
Because this year is ours.
It's our year.
2020 was supposed to take us out, and we still here.
And we still here. So 2021, we're being bigger, better, better bitches.
And that's all. Mary had a little lamb.
Okay. So, yeah, and I love that she's so versatile. She said that the spelling bee is just her side dish. What she likes to do is play basketball. And I'm like, girl, I don't want to call you a bad bee, but you know what? That is some bad girl.
Bad bitch energy.
Yes. Like, girl, the spelling bee is the side dish. Bitch, I mean, girl, like.
Because at this point, I can't even spell without Siri.
Girl, exactly, over here.
But like we were saying, we love to see
Black
women
excellence
doing beautiful things. Like, we like that we are putting ourselves in lanes that no one even will consider Black people to be in.
Right.
Because that's a great thing. Because, I mean, track, okay, yeah. Gymnastics, yeah, we've been coming up, so yeah.
Yeah.
But spelling bee?
Spelling bee, girl.
So you telling me these niggas can run, flip, and they can spell?
Girl, we can do it all. Why do you think they try to hold us down?
Eerie.
But, yeah, and I'm watching videos of her, like, juggling like 6 balls at a time. She's on a pogo stick juggling balls, and she got handles for real. This girl is talented.
I'm so clumsy. I think I need to up my talents because all I can do is talk shit, drink, and play bingo.
I'm like, what can this girl not do? So, like, you know what? You sure got a freaking scholarship from LSU.
Not LSU.
They already gave her a scholarship, girl.
I'm here for it.
I'm here for all of this, girl. I hope you do great things. I'm so proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing and keep being a bad girl, like a bad chick.
You're inspiring us.
You're inspiring grown-ass women.
Younger than us. Yeah,
exactly. Age don't mean a thing, girl.
Period.
You're doing your thing. So, I feel like every couple weeks on Twitter we get the same couple conversations. Who should pay for a dinner?
Yeah.
How do you split bills?
Yeah.
All this shit. So, what do you think about the conventional conversations we have on Twitter? Like,
I think Black Twitter is ruthless, and I think that we are very senseless when we have these conversations, because we always say, I post is like, when do we ever care so much about someone else's life that we don't really care about ours? I think why is it always a topic of conversation of who's paying for what? Who can do this? Why are they doing this? It's like, who's emasculating this person, or who's the biggest boss in this? It's like, why is it any of our business? Even though we're podcasters and we are we're freelance investigative nation, investigative journalists.
We're
by nature.
Okay, we're
investigative.
Okay.
So I think it's a good.
That's a good way to put our job.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I feel Black Twitter equals entitlement. Like, we feel like we're so entitled to all these fucking opinions, but let somebody say something about your cousin and you talking about free him. I'm like, but didn't that nigga kill them? Like, why are you talking about free a murderer?
Girl,
like,
how you went all the way off?
I went there because I feel like, I just feel like full circle of like, I feel like it went full circle because like how we always in everyone's fucking business and how everyone's like opinions feel like they're golden, like and just like how we just say shit.
Yeah,
that's why I say.
And we still do.
We still say shit. Like I'm just saying, like even when you say free a fucking murderer, I'm just like we just say shit. And the entitlement of us, because I'm like, even if you know this nigga killed him, why you saying free him? So I'm saying that to say, I know it felt like it went left, but because my mind, it made so much sense that we just are very entitled in Black Twitter.
Okay.
That's pretty much where I was trying to get to.
I get you, sis.
Okay, sis.
So let's get back to the topic.
The topic of conversation. I got back to it, but I'm just saying the reason why I got back to that, I'm saying.
With the 50-50 whole thing, talks about like finances and living spaces, and that gives us to our topic of conversation is cohabitating. I feel like that's something that we're doing in this more in this generation. And is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is it like a right thing to do? Does it get you stuck in or whatever? So, what is your personal experience with? Because I know you've had a boyfriend that you lived with for a while. Mm-hmm. So, what was the personal experience cohabitating with him?
So, my experience with cohabitation with a boyfriend, it was very interesting because initially that was, you never like start dating someone like, oh yeah, we're gonna live together. Like I don't ever think that way when I first start dating someone.
Right.
But I was 19. I was a hothead. I lived with my mother, and she was just like, you got to get out. She's like, you're disrespectful. You're blah blah blah. And at that time, I was dating him for I want to say 7. We were between 7 to 10 months. We were in that shit dating. It was 7 to 10 months we were dating.
Uh-huh.
And like he was in a situation where he was still with his parents because, you know, he had his, like, place before that. But I guess something happened where his parents needed his help a lot more than usual. So he moved back in with them. So I was just like, well, my mom's kicking me out. You know, you're trying to get your own place. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, long story short, we were only together for X amount of time, and we ended up moving in together. But it ended up lasting 7 years. So my experience with cohabitation, I think it made me personally grow up a lot faster than I wanted to.
Okay.
Because
you were doing it so young.
I was doing it so young.
Yeah.
And not even saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying, like, when I was 19, my biggest cares in the world were making sure that my phone bill and my car note was paid. Like, when you think about having to pay rent, when you think about having to have groceries in the refrigerator, having the lights on, paying the water bill, you never know how much of an adult you have to be until these bills are there.
Yeah.
Every time you turn around.
Yeah.
And that's why when we're talking about 50-50, like, I always told him, like, no matter what, I'm not paying 50-50. I said, you're not my roommate. I'm not. Because I feel like once we're getting that realm, you're my roommate. Because if you want X, Y, and Z, and also a backstory, a reason why I don't like cooking. When we were together, for the most part, I learned how to cook while I was in that relationship. And I was, like, trying to always cook, make sure there was food at home, make sure the house was clean. So I was trying to do a lot of wifely duties of like what a homemaker is or what it looks like. So, and I was very young. So to me, it's like, I guess it kind of tainted my view of what cohabitation looks like because I was just like, I'm literally playing house.
I feel like a lot of times women just go into a role and men don't really do that as much.
And I don't even know how, I don't know if it was intentional or if it's because in so many...
You feel like this is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, and I feel like so many conversations I've been having with my mother, his mother, everyone's mother was like, when are y'all getting married? When are y'all this? When are y'all that? And that's all you're hearing when you're 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. So I had an identity of a wife, a girlfriend, a friend, everything. And it's like, that's a lot for someone to take on at a very young age before they even like... I can
know themselves fully.
And I can only say I was probably in only 2 serious relationships before him.
Yeah.
So it was
even
like,
if you were in 2 serious relationships before him, you were in high school in those relationships.
Yeah.
So they're not real relationships.
Yeah, he was like my legitimately only, like my only anchor, I could say, and idea of what it's like to have an adult relationship. Yeah. And I was just like, I didn't like who I was becoming because I'm like, that's just not who I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Look, I love the honesty. I feel like this is like the most honest you've been in a while.
What?
Yeah. With your relationship with him.
Yeah.
You not like honest in like in general, but I feel like when it comes to that, you've never really been honest about everything.
Yeah.
You always, you know,
I try to sugarcoat it.
Sugarcoat it. Not that you lie.
I definitely try to sugarcoat it because in all honesty, like I always say, he's not a bad person, and I don't think that that our relationship was bad in totality. I just feel like, and I feel like I expressed that to him too. I just did not like who I was becoming because I feel like I lost so much of myself trying to be a wife, a this, a that, and I'm like, that's not really what I wanted yet.
Right, I understand.
So how was your experience?
I'm sure all the women can also relate to what you're saying.
Honestly, so.
My experience wasn't as eye-opening as yours. I guess it was eye-opening in a different way, but yours was just very like, I became a woman. Mine was just, look, I was young, dumb, and I thought I was in love.
Not young, dumb, and thought I was in love. That's not like everybody.
Girl, so I was in college back in the day, and you know, one thing you don't do when you go to Lamar is date a Beaumontian. No, nothing against people that live in Beaumont.
They are Beaumontian? What the fuck? That one more time,
Beaumontian.
That sounds like an African tribe, bitch.
That's what we used to call them. Nothing against people that are from Beaumont, that live in Beaumont. There's some great people there, I'm sure. Of course, there's an exception to all the rule, but for the most part, I mean, our school was in the hood. Yeah. Of course, like most colleges are in MLK, the hood. Yeah. So I'm seeing crackheads, we're getting robbed. Like, there's so much. I mean, I've had a friend that got murdered. Like, a lot of stiff stuff happened when I was out there. Yeah. With people who lived out there. But anyways, so I don't know why this guy was at Lamar because he didn't go there. But I think I may have met Lamar or Instagram DM somehow. And one day he came over and he never left.
I'm crying.
That's how it started. He just never went home. And it didn't click to me that why did this guy just not go home. Like, I'm thinking like, oh my God, he likes me. He doesn't want to go. Like, no, girl, that's not why you didn't go home.
He didn't have a home to go to.
So we immediately started cohabitating after day one. Of course, like
After day one.
Crazy. And then we lived together for maybe like 7 or 8 months.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So and then of course I wasn't a dumb bitch. The sign number one, I should have known he was a homeless nigga because.
Did you say he was stealing from you?
Girl, let me get to that. Okay. First he had a job and then he never went back to work. He just stayed with me all day. And he didn't have a car. He had a bike. So
those were all the signs of someone that was homeless. Like, he was a nomad. Like.
And I did not see any of those signs. So I mean, and probably I did see him, I just didn't care.
Yeah.
And then, so of course I did make him get a job. I made him. Remember, you ever seen that video with the girl who brought her nigga to Red Lobster to get a job? And he was like, "I just a jokey joke." Well, okay, you ever seen that video? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure that was me. I brought this nigga to Red Lobster to get a job because like, I need you to pay bills. Because even though I was cohabitating, I still made the nigga pay bills. I wasn't that dumb. So yeah. Anyway, so over the relationship, I'm noticing I'm a bartender at this point. So at this point, I'm making the most money I've ever made at that time of my life. So I'm bringing home a whole bunch of cash, and I'm noticing some money is missing, but I'm not thinking much of it. I'm like, I'm living with 2 other roommates.
Yeah.
So I'm not really thinking my man is stealing from me. Like, what? Why would he? Like, you know, he's taking me out. He's doing this. He's buying me shit. Like,
with your own money.
Exactly, y'all. He was buying me shit with my own money. So
that's a good man though. Like at least he still kept it in. At least he wasn't spending on another bitch.
Maybe he was, bitch, with my money. Like, what? Who knew what he did when I was at school?
I'm crying.
Girl, he probably had other bitches at the house. Like, what?
That was always my biggest fear. I feel like my biggest fear is a man putting a bitch in my house
while my work. Like, I'm sure he did that. Because let me get to it. So, yeah, mostly money's missing, and I'm not thinking my nigga's stealing from me. But anyways, at the time, even though I had very little money, I still went on certain trips when I could afford. So I went to Vegas with my friend. And I guess he was jealous that I went to Vegas with my friend. So he wanted to get a trip to Austin. My dumbass left him the key to lock the door because he left after me. And I come back, the door is locked. The key is gone. He did not leave the key under the mat. So I had to like wait till my roommate gets in. I was pissed off at him. Whenever I'm going to my room, I had a money jar, which I still do to this day, and it was in my closet in a drawer, and all the money's gone. And there was probably like $300 in there.
So that's what you get for leaving me, bitch. So you can go on a fucking trip.
That's what he said. Fuck you, hoe. And then my bed is I made my bed before I left, so my bed's messed up. There's a lighter there. There's like shit my bed is like not how it's supposed to be. Yeah. So he tells me that he let a nigga stay in my room while I was gone, and he must have stole the money. And then we were robbed. And I'm like, we were robbed, but no one stole the TV, the MacBook, the stereo, anything else. He just stole the money that's hidden in the closet and politely locked the door after him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's the nicest robber I ever met.
Honestly, rob me is shit. Not for $300.
Like, don't steal nothing but the least, like, the food, right, girl. So that was my experience cohabitating. And then he was just stealing. I mean, clearly the man was stealing money from me over time. He stole a whole bunch of money from me, and then he blamed it on some other nigga. And of course, my dumbass took him back a little bit. And then I'm just like, you know what? You're really stealing. I was like, really, I couldn't wrap it. Like, I knew he was stealing from me, but I still wouldn't let him go. Yeah. So when I just got tired of that shit, and like, I just, threw all his shit out, fucked up his bike, and then he never came back.
Not fuck up his bike. You fucked up his only source of transportation.
I sure did. I'll do it again.
You are cold.
I will do it again.
Okay, speaking of do it again, would you ever cohabitate again?
Fuck no. Like, what? I feel like that is the reason why I'm so, like, anti-broke man. Like, I feel like he just... I had a feeling about broke man, and he just made it, like, even worse.
Intensified it.
He just intensified it. Like having a man steal from you will make you feel like...
I don't know. I've never had a man steal from me.
Yeah, so I would never cohabitate again. Like, it's just, it's not worth it. Because I kind of fell into the role. I was always cooking. I was always doing something. What was he doing? That was different from what we were doing before cohabitating. Well, I wouldn't know because I cohabitate after day one. But most people, it doesn't, our roles change and their role kind of doesn't change.
I mean, I want to say yes and no. But
Yeah.
I guess we could talk about that when we get further down into our conversation.
So would you do it again?
Would I do it again? I literally battle with this conversation with myself all the time because now that I'm in a space where I'm by myself and I really enjoy like how I move and shake in my apartment.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could. I can consider it because I know that, you know, with cohabitating comes risk and, you know, reward.
Yeah.
So personally,
one?
I mean, it depends on the person. It's situational. And I always feel like when it comes to cohabitating, it would always have to be either...
Your nails are cute, by the way.
Thank you so much. But I think cohabitating, it would have to be we are going into a shared space together and never into someone's moving to my space or I'm moving to theirs.
Okay.
Because I feel like that's the best way to cohabitate because you guys are both bringing something of yourselves.
No, yeah, you're right. Because
so,
someone's always going to feel like, well, this is my place.
Yeah.
And I want y'all to feel like it's our place.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying with cohabitating, it has to be situational and it has to be a mutual us moving in together.
Yeah.
And it's not like a resentment type feeling, like you coming and invading my space. So
yeah.
Definitely. It's like I said, well, it's up in the air if I would ever cohabitate.
Yeah. I feel like it just works for certain people. Like, okay, my cousin that just got married.
Yeah.
They were living together after a couple months.
And they're married. Yeah,
so,
but I mean, same for me. We cohabitated after a couple months and we were together for 7 years.
Yeah, so it's
not the worst of worst. But it's just like there's a lot that goes into just.
But it doesn't always work that way for a lot of people. And that's the thing. I feel like y'all are the exception to the rule.
Oh, of course, because I'm a very accommodating. Like I think people don't understand. I might be very headstrong, but I'm also very compromising because I just think that there's a fair balance that you need in everyone's relationship or life. So I mean,
right.
So my second question is, do you believe in cohabitating? Because we said, would you ever do it again? But
yeah, I feel like the same answer. I really don't believe in it. Like, I don't know, because maybe I'll meet a man and fall completely in love and change my idea of it. But
when's the last time you've been in love, though? Because I just feel like, Sammy, ain't no love. Like,
it's been a minute since I've been in love with someone.
Like, how many years? Or how many months?
Years. Like, maybe like 5 years?
5 years?
Yeah. It's been a while.
I keep telling you, your soulmate might be a bitch.
Like a female?
Yes.
Oh, I have a crush on a girl at work. I don't think I told you.
You did tell me.
Yeah.
You said you don't know if it's a real crush or if it's just like a fake crush.
Yeah, but I think it's a real crush.
Do you really?
And she's dark skinned. Remember we were talking about her?
You said that you wanted a dark skinned girlfriend. You know what? We were talking about this last year. I said you're manifesting yourself a lesbian relationship. So
look, it's about to happen. Maybe. Honestly, I don't know.
I'm here for it. We'll
maybe
talk about it off the camera.
Yeah, we'll talk about it off the camera.
Because we know Sammy's very private or whatever the fuck that is. Do I believe in cohabitating? Damn. I want to say no, but I also think that cohabitating also helps you see, like we are going to get into later, helps you see sides of yourself and your partner that are essential before you make those big steps. Because yesterday, someone I was talking to, he sent me this video and he was like, the reason why a lot of marriages or relationships don't work because people don't ask the right questions.
100%.
And I was also thinking like, damn, like I feel like that's the same with living with people. Because I feel like
I don't even know what questions to ask. I need a book on the questions to ask.
I will tell you what questions to ask. Because the thing is, I will ask you the most off the wall questions, but it's normal for me to ask questions that make you uncomfortable because I need to see how you handle that kind of pressure. Because I feel like most men are used to women letting them dictate the
relationship.
And I feel like once women step into their own and start speaking up for what they really want, the man is either going to meet you there or he's going to show you his true colors.
Right.
And I think that after you seeing someone, like you can go visit someone's house, always fucking clean, never fucking messy.
Right.
You know, so they always show you what they want to show you when you don't live with them.
Right.
But when you live with them, you will see if they leave dishes in the sink.
Yeah.
Or if they like do stuff that you can't deal with. And I feel like a lot of deal breakers are revealed with cohabitating. So it's like, it's always a flip of a coin if cohabitation is for every relationship. Right. Because I don't think you should cohabitate with every single one of your boyfriends.
Okay. And some of you bitches live with every single one of y'all boyfriends. But and I'm like, girl.
I do think that I can to a certain extent believe that cohabitation is a thing that you should probably do because you don't want to marry someone and realize that nigga gonna beat your ass.
You know, this girl, I don't know her, but I know of her. She with this man for 7 years.
He never touched her. They got married and moved in together, and all of a sudden he beating her ass every day.
But they were already living together too before they got married. So it wasn't until they got married, 6 months into the marriage, she started beating her ass. I'm like, how are you good for 7 years? That's why people are like, well, people show signs. Some people don't show any signs. And that's our victim blaming. Sometimes there are some red flags and people do ignore it. That doesn't change the fact that sometimes there are no flags. Like, can you believe that after remember that out of him?
No. The sweetest soul you ever met in your entire life.
Exactly. So stop victim blaming. So anyways, let's get to the benefits of cohabitating.
Okay.
So there are benefits of the man actually. There's someone to always kill bugs. I hate killing bugs. Josh has to come over and kill the bugs for me. I'm just like, kill it, Josh.
Josh at this point lives there because he'd be there alive. So Josh, you live there.
Josh lives there. Shout out to Josh. Someone to always take out the trash. You know, that's always, especially when it's not trash days and you can take it to the dumpster.
Yeah, that's nice. I do like a man that can take out the trash for me.
I feel like if you're at my house, take out the trash. What? You a home nigga. Someone who can bring in the groceries.
We love that.
Love that. So useful for that. You feel safe.
Yeah, you do feel safe.
One thing about me, when I was living with my man, I walked in the house with no care in the world. Like, didn't even have to look back.
I need a nigga that's gonna air this bitch up.
Right? You learn fun, intimate details about that person.
Yeah.
It's like shit that you never, like, I'm always scared that I'm living with a nigga and I learn like he likes to eat his boogers or some shit. Like I think I should like that. Like what would you do if you learned that about your man? Or he bites his nails?
No. What's that? And I'm gonna stick beside him.
You won't stick beside your nigga if he eat boogers?
I'm telling you, there's some I could put up with a lot of shit. You feel me? Like my tolerance for certain shit has definitely
it's way higher than mine.
Honestly, because one side of anything that's wrong, Sammy's like, you gotta go. Me. I'm telling you, like, I just feel like sometimes when you know, you just stick around just for the,
Okay, so Ami would stay with her man if he eats his own boogers. You learn the good, the bad, and the motherfucking ugly. Like, I feel like that's pretty much the main thing about living with someone.
Can we also talk about that you're living with your best friend?
Yeah.
That you get to have someone that you rely on. Talk about some other positives that are outside of the material things of taking out trash and killing bugs. I just think that also a good thing about living with someone that you love is like, damn, that nigga love me.
Right. It's nice to have someone that loves you.
And you can have sex
cuddling,
whenever you feel like it. Like, I feel like
that's the number one thing.
People always say that once they're like married or in a relationship that they don't have sex as often. But I don't even want to put that in the atmosphere of my life. I want us to always enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
Because I know there's gonna be hard times where I can't even fucking stand you. But I would still want to be able to want to be in your space.
It's definitely nice to always have a Netflix binging partner.
Yeah. If they watch TV.
Oh, okay. Sometimes your nigga don't watch TV
at all.
Well, most niggas do. So.
So what are
the cons? No personal space.
I
feel like I need a place to fart. I can't. I don't like to fart about my man. Like I just don't like. I don't even like to fart around people. Period.
Yeah.
So it's like I just like to.
I can respect it. You know?
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to fart. I don't even like farting in front of my friends.
Me
and
either.
If I do, I always announce like, "Oh, I just farted."
Yeah.
And then if you walk in it, then you just walk in it.
Exactly. So definitely not having any personal space, and like it's always you wake up and that person's face is there, you know. And I don't mean it like as a bad thing. It's just like they're always gonna be there.
There is always
and it's honestly most of the time it's a good thing that they're always there. But sometimes you have your days where you just don't want to be around people, and that person is still gonna be there.
Like,
so you can't be like, damn, can you not be here for today and come back later? Like you can't do that. So.
If you have a healthy relationship, you should be able to establish those boundaries and speak freely and say, "Hey, today, I just need a day for me."
And you should, and that's great. But you can't tell a person to go away. You have to go away, unless you know what I'm saying. So taking I'll put taking cautious shits, but you don't take cautious shits, so I don't know. That's my con. I had to take cautious shits. Like I just couldn't shit freely in my own house, and I.
Nope.
And it was my apartment.
I'm gonna say if we loving and we loving all this shit, I'ma keep the door open.
Yeah, that's how you feel.
I'ma keep the door. I mean, if we together for some years, granted, I want you to like at least care about me smelling your shit. But at this point, I know everyone shits. It's normal.
It's normal. Yeah.
If you happen to shit and I happen to smell it, cool.
Right. Asking for permission. I never asked for permission in my relationship.
Yeah, I could say a lot when I was in a relationship and I was going out. I'm like, hey, can I go out with the girls?
But do you ask for permission more when y'all live together? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, is it because y'all live together?
I think I always make my man aware of my movements, just so it's never like I'm just out here on like wild time, you know?
Yeah.
Because like even now while I'm dating,
I feel like it's making someone aware of your movements and asking for permission are two different things.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think more so in my 7-year relationship, I was asking just because I knew that he was in a space where he wasn't going as much as me, and I'm like, hey, is it cool if I go? Like, I feel like it's a respect factor. I don't take it as a negative thing as me asking, but I also like keeping aware, but also just I just a respect thing, because I just feel like to me it's like I just want to put in headspace like, hey, if you really want me to stay in with you tonight, I respect that.
Would you stay if your man said to stay?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah, because my bitch is going to be there. And the thing, I'm not one of those friends that don't ever go out with my bitches or ever see them.
What if it's like a birthday or something? He's like, no.
If it's a birthday, then nigga, you coming with me. Because y'all know, one thing about me and all my friends know, I'll be like, can my nigga come? And all my friends be like, why do you want him to come? Because I just want my man to see me in my element with my bitches and just see, like, I could do it both. Like, I could literally spend time with y'all and him at the same time and make no one feel neglected, you know? So I'm just one of people like, can my nigga come? Can he come with me? Like,
I don't want niggas around. Don't bring a nigga around me.
I want it. Like,
I feel like
we can have days. I'd be like, can my nigga come?
I feel like we can have days with the niggas and also days without the niggas.
For sure. But I can still want to bring my nigga when it's a group of girls and I'm like, feel nothing of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Your relationship might change. That's another con.
Yeah. And
also you're getting stuck in a routine.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Those are all cons of cohabitating, but I feel like overall, I feel like I feel like it's more positive than negative when it comes to living together.
I think cohabitation is what you make it. So if you, that's anything situational. If you go into something think it's going to be negative, or you go into something with such expectations, I think that's the problem. We have such an expectation of how things are supposed to be done, and we keep learning our expectations from people that don't even know boundaries, or we're learning from our parents. And our parents probably cohabitated after the third date.
I don't know what my parents did. My parents are African.
Because I'm trying to really think about my mom and her dating situations. And I can also just remember constantly seeing men. And I'm just like, I'm learning from someone that probably was learning as she went too.
Yeah.
And it's also a different time. So it's like, cohabitation might hit different now. Because at least with then, when you're cohabitating, you're like, yeah.
They cohabitated with a purpose.
Yeah.
I feel like we don't cohabitate with purpose no more. People move in because they're too broke to live by themselves. Sometimes, a lot of times people move in together because they're too broke to live by themselves.
That's also a reason why we're going back to the whole, because it financially makes sense. Because how many times do we find people in relationships and they live separately, but they're always over at each other's house more than the other?
Yeah.
So outside of when we're saying when it comes to cohabitating with a purpose, I have looked up why there are 14 reasons why, or 14 signs that means you are ready to move in with someone. So, sign number 1, you know that you're exclusive.
I don't know about that.
I like that. I like the idea of like, I feel like I can move with faith of knowing that, you know, we're together. Because I feel like sometimes people, you like we keep saying the word cohabitation, but let's use what people really call it in the olden days, shacking up. You just shacking the fuck up. So if you know that that's your boyfriend, you at least feel better knowing that you laying with your nigga and not somebody else's nigga.
That's fine. You know you're exclusive, but I want to wait after.
That's one step.
Long time.
That's one step.
Okay.
All right. 2, you know why you're doing it. So
that's a good reason.
That's a good reason. You know why you're moving in. Like we said, moving, like, cohabitating with a purpose. 3, you've had the future talk. Like, if you have ever been with someone and y'all are not having the conversations about what y'all are doing moving forward, then you shouldn't be moving in with them. Honestly.
Yeah. I feel like, not everyone wants to be married, that's the thing. But people who want to be married, I hope they're moving in with the marriage as next goal.
That would be my intention. If
right.
I'm with someone, it's because I know that this is going to be a beneficial thing for our relationship.
Right.
So, the 4th sign, you are not hoping the move will change your partner. So if you're moving in, like, because I guess
that's crazy. How is moving gonna change
I don't know.
the person?
Hold on. It's obvious that cohabitating is a pretty big step. This calls for the gut check. Are you hoping that by moving in together, he'll finally be a better communicator, or now that she'll be motivated to figure out her career? I mean, that's true though, because you think that if someone sees you do certain habits, they'll probably rub off on them. So I feel like I mean in that way, it makes more sense. If you're thinking about like, oh, he will stop cheating on me if we're moving together. That's kind of irrational. Okay.
That's why I'm thinking. I'm like, you think what do you think gonna stop? Because
if your rationale has more to do with what you want from them and what you want from your
top
bond,
off or what?
Yeah, you can top it off.
Okay.
It may be a sign that you're not ready. So yeah, if your rationale has more to do with what you want from them,
right,
and not your bond, then it's not a sign for y'all to move in.
Yes, because there's like people who have babies to keep a man. Like, no, you don't move in, so hopefully he'll stop doing the shit he was doing before.
Okay. 5, you've already had a blown up fight. So that means that y'all already had a fight that was probably going,
so y'all shouldn't move in before you've had any real fights?
I think that's true though, because
Yeah.
I feel like I told you, people show you what they want to show you in the beginning.
Yeah.
And
I feel like you have all the real fights when y'all living together, because y'all can't get away from each other.
That's true, but also if you haven't had a fight that tests what's your limit and capacity that you can hold of arguments, don't move in with someone, because they probably get triggered by little shit and you wouldn't know how to handle it because y'all have never dealt with that territory before.
Yeah.
And now you're with this person, you have to live there. I think that's also true. 6, you know your space needs. Like, how much you can deal with, pretty much. 7, you know your uppers and downers. So also that means you identified what makes you happy and what doesn't make you happy, and you're not looking for your partner to be happy. 8, you're cool with your loss of independence.
What?
Let that breathe, huh? Let that breathe right there, because that is so true. You are okay with your loss of independence if you are moving. That's true though. Because you have to think about somebody else
all the time. I know, but that's so hard for me. Like, me losing my independence is so hard for me. I'm so like, I do what I want, whenever I want, however I want it, whatever.
And you can't do that when
you can't do that when you're living with someone.
That's why when it comes to the whole permission or the out of respect,
I don't believe in asking permission, but I do believe in telling your partner, and But
that's also a part of loss of independence, because as us living now by ourselves, I don't have to tell my nigga anything. Even though we're dating, I don't have to tell him I'm going out. But even though we're not like living together, I'm like, hey, I'm about to go here. You can always pull up later. It's like just. You lose your independence I feel like even without
I know it's true. I just hate that it's true.
Yeah. You know what you need in a crisis. So it says you think you two spend a lot of time together, but it's a whole new experience when you're really at a place where you can't run from your own space when you need it. So this is where the emotional space comes in.
Yeah.
Okay, number 10. You know their credit scores or the likes. I think that's very important.
Can you imagine having to put an apartment in your name because his credit too bad? I had to do that.
I think that's very important for you to be with someone that's financially stable. Yeah. I'm not saying that it has to never, because sometimes finances fluctuate and sometimes someone's more up than others. But also, I think knowing your credit score is good, and also knowing someone that has a plan for life, that they at least know how to budget their money. Because I know, like we were talking about earlier, we drug dealers when it comes to spending money.
We are. We got problems, but at least we acknowledge it.
We acknowledge it, and and I feel like my partner is very aware of what I need to work on, so I openly communicate them where I'm at with my finances. I'm never afraid to talk about finances with my partner.
You shouldn't be,
because I think that if they know or seek an issue that I have, they can help me fix it. Because
can you imagine inheriting a nigga's debt? Like, what? You didn't even know? You didn't even know he had this debt? Like, crazy.
That is crazy.
Let me, can you imagine having to pay another nigga's child support? I'm sorry.
You are approaching this like a work project. That's when you know it's a good, you're approaching this with steps to take. You're not just doing this because you feel like it. Because I'm a free spirit. So without structure, a bitch will be like, you know what? Let's go to Vegas. Let's do it. So you're approaching this like it's something that you have to work for. 12, you know each other's boundaries. That's very important as well.
That's number 1, I feel like.
I mean, I don't know if this is in particular order, but I feel that is very important.
Important, yeah.
And 13, your gut says that this is the right thing to do. And most times, I guess women do this more than men do. We trust our intuition. If we feel like something is off, we move accordingly.
Right.
So,
yeah, we do. We try. At least we try to. Yeah. Yeah.
And then 14, another sign that you try to talk yourself out of it. And I understand what they're saying is because you try to rationalize the pros and cons. Like we said, what are the benefits of living with a man? What is not the benefits of living with a man? So if you try to talk yourself out of it, at least you thought about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're just moving with things out of faith, I can't walk by faith. Every day is a brand new day. Yeah. So if you literally are trying to sit here and try to talk yourself out of it, you are at least having the presence to understand, like, damn, like, this is a big step.
Right. And realize it's a big step.
And I really want more people to understand cohabitation is a big step. We should stop acting like it's just something that happens. Because it's not something that just happens.
Right. So were you done?
Yeah.
Okay. So who do you think benefits more when we cohabitate?
I want to say it's mutual because like with women, women like me that say that I'm not paying 50%, I benefit because I get a little bit more money in my pocket because I'm not paying half. I'll pay 40, I'll pay 35, I'll pay 30, but I'm not paying 50%, and like because I've already paid 100 by myself, so I'm actually saving a little bit of money financially. I feel like women benefit. I'm speaking for myself as well because it's like I literally have like I say, my best friends there. Like I literally could, because one thing about me, I'm gonna start talking and I'm not gonna stop. Oh, so wow, okay. I love to have someone that I can just really rely on, that I can just share my day with. I really thrive off of not having so much on my plate to just eat by myself. And when you live by yourself, you have a lot of time to just sit with your thoughts and just,
I'm happy with my solitude. My solitude is the best for me.
But I mean, it's a benefit. What's a benefit for me might be the benefit for you.
Yeah.
For me personally, that's why I feel like it's a benefit for them. And I feel like for a man, I feel like it's a benefit for them because they have a natural homemaker. Because like I said, while I was in a 7-year relationship, when I was in a relationship, I was trying to be a homemaker. I was trying to be things that just don't really, smoothly go for me. But I was trying that route because I felt like this is something beneficial for the relationship that's going to help everyone. Because I'm like, they always say happy wife, happy life. Just as much as it makes us happy, it makes us happy to see you happy.
Yeah, definitely. So. When it comes to cohabitating, for the most part, I'm thinking of generally, I think the man benefits more because a lot of women, even though we don't feel it this way, pay 50-50 in bills. So you're with a woman who's paying half the bills, who's also taking on the cooking and cleaning role.
But sometimes there's men that cook and clean.
Right, there's definitely is, but
I know I'm not cooking. I told the man I'm dating, I don't cook.
I'm saying not you. I'm talking about in general. Like for the most part, who does most of the cooking and cleaning? This is just talking in general.
Men have cleaning too, though.
They do. I'm not saying they don't.
But you're saying in general, as in like no men clean. I feel like
no. Not that no man cleans. Who does most of it is the woman. For generally speaking, I'm not saying men don't clean, don't cook. There's plenty of men who cook and clean. Because before I was here, what were you doing? So I know there's some men, but a lot of times when you start cohabitating, they fall back on cooking and cleaning. You take on that role, and also at the same time, not for us, but they're paying half the bills. So she's taking on this role, cooking and cleaning, paying half the bills, sucking your dick, fucking you, working. And so in that sense, the men's benefiting more. But it's not always that way, And for like me, I feel like I definitely benefit a lot more if I cohabitate with a man, because I'm going to cohabitate with a man that's going to pay all the bills,
All the bills? Bitch, you ain't even paying a water bill?
I would.
I'm crying.
I would
definitely pay more than just a water bill. I would, like I said, I will give you 30%.
It depends on the caliber of men you're dealing with.
I feel like even the man with the most money would appreciate someone still paying because I just.
But there's some men who take pride in taking care of all the bills, so they want to do that. If you're with a man who doesn't want to do that, I don't feel like I have to be with the man who pays all the bills. I don't mind paying bills.
I don't feel like I would want to.
Yeah.
I just think it's
because sometimes they feel like they can control you.
Yeah, I feel like the lack of me having control. That's what I feel like my biggest fear is someone being in a relationship with me and feeling like because they pay for everything, they control me.
Yeah.
Because you remember that girl we met and she said her man paid for everything, but she fucking cannot stand that nigga.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I feel the same way too, honestly. Like I feel the same way about paying someone who pays all the bills. You feel like they can control you, but not everyone feels that way.
I respect that.
Yeah,
I respect
but it depends on the caliber of men you're dealing with. If you're dealing with a man who can't pay all the bills, that's fine. Like I don't mind helping you out because I love you.
Yeah.
So we're doing this together. If I'm dealing with a man who can pay all the bills and wants to, that's fine too. But So I feel like when I'm in a relationship, I'll probably end up benefiting more out of the whole thing.
But as you said earlier, that women naturally fall into the homemaking.
Because they're trying to prove that they're wifey material.
They're trying to prove that they're wifey material. And I feel like, in a sense, I can understand that, because I know that when I was doing all those things, I was trying to prove to myself.
Marry me.
Not even to marry me.
Marry me.
Not even marry me. I was just in that headspace of like, this is what a man wants.
Yeah.
And it's like, we do so many things for men.
Yeah.
And we don't even ask them if that's one thing that they want.
What they want. And we assume that's what they want, and then we get mad at them.
Because that's not what they ask for.
Yeah.
We just assume that's what they want because society tells us that's what they
want.
And like, I feel like now with me dating a man that says that he's like really big on like the matriarchy and not the patriarchy, that he like understands the strength of a woman and like he like following a woman. So it's like when I hear someone say that, I'm just like, wow. Because I always tell people, I'm like, I've never dated someone that gives me a safe space to be myself without feeling like I'm too much until I started dating him. Because it's like, I'll get in my little moods or like, you know, my little tangents. And it's like the patience that it takes to deal with all I bring without giving me not fighting fire with fire. It takes a very in tune person. And I think that most people, like I said, when we go back to like the video that someone sent me, it was like, you need to ask the right questions. You need to ask, why are you here? What are your intentions? What do you want?
Yeah,
like,
dating with a purpose.
Dating with a purpose, cohabitating with a purpose, everything, and not doing things that you think that a man wants because you think it's because society has placed on what women are supposed to do.
Like, do we even ask men what do they want? Or do we just assume this is what you want? A lot of times I see things like, oh, if he's sad, suck his dick. I'm like, can you ask the man about how his day is?
Yeah, because I literally, I told you, I know I always tell my friends, I'm like, we write each other letters. And I literally asked him very specifically, I was like, what do you need from me to be your better self? And like, when you get a list of the things that he said that he needed, I'm like, damn. Like, I wouldn't even think that's the first thing that you feel like you would need. Yeah. But it's like, that's what I'm saying. Ask the right questions because you never know what you're going to get out of it.
Right.
So, the question is, if you can date someone without cohabitating, do you think you can marry them?
Yeah. I think so. That's hard. I think without living with them, yeah, I can. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, let me add another flavor on top of that.
Okay.
What about marrying them and never living together?
Huh? I don't get it.
I've heard of stories of people being married and still having their own houses.
You know what? And honestly, I was looking into that, and I don't think it's a bad idea because I feel like even if I live with someone, I still want to have my own apartment at the same time. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think so too.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Just it's nice to have a space to go to your own.
That's why you should have more than one bedroom in your house.
Okay.
That's why people have man caves.
Okay.
And like women's
sanctuaries. You're right. So just have more than one bedroom in your house.
In like my last relationship, we had a 2-bedroom. So if you was mad, go to the second room.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you saw how big my apartment was. Like, and those rooms were completely distant.
Just go to the second room. So yeah. That's my thing. I want to have my own personal space. So definitely have 2 bedrooms. So what was your question again?
Do you think you can marry someone if you never cohabitate?
Yeah, I could.
I don't know if I could.
Yeah.
I think the little trinkets you get from someone by living with them,
but you can spend weeks at someone's house.
I know.
But it's not the same.
It's not the same. Like, once you have to deal with someone when it comes to finance base, you get to know them, like,
a lot better.
At a different level. Because it's like, we're literally relying on each other for our livelihood, like, living-wise. And it's like, we're either sitting down and making dreams together by ourselves. Like, it's so many things that go into just living together, other than just living together.
Yeah.
So I feel like I couldn't marry someone if I have never lived with them. We don't have to live together for years, but if you're my fiance, we're gonna move in together. I feel like that's the only time I feel like that's the only time
I didn't think about that. When you're my fiance, can we live together? Sure, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I need more security. I don't want to just be your girlfriend living together.
Yeah.
Because my sister was like, yeah, so y'all been dating, so do y'all want to move in together? I'm like, girl, fuck no.
No.
I said I haven't, like, my last desire is to live with the man if my intention is not to marry him. Because I just think that there's so much space and time that I can fill with myself that does not have to be with another person. Because if I can do this by my fucking self, I will.
Yeah.
So
my question to you is, Do we really like big dicks, or do we like the idea of big dicks?
We like the idea of big dicks because me, she, her, on me. I don't want to fuck a big dick every day.
Yeah.
Every other day.
And the thing about niggas with big dick, they always want to fuck.
They always want to fuck. And I'm a self-proclaimed, like, nympho. Like, I promise you, I could probably have sex, like, every day.
Me too.
I can have sex every day. I can have, like, you know, so I do what I do when I can.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm not going to do is fuck a big dick every day.
Every day!
I just feel like it takes a lot of one. It exerts more energy. It exerts way more energy than the average
Please
dick.
get that 12-inch monkey away from me.
And then I feel like big dicks are just like, it's just society's way of saying, like, you know, it humbles you. Like, I'm extremely humbled after having sex with a big dick. Cause
girl, I was watching this movie on Netflix. Not movie. This show is called Sex Life. And
I've seen, like, the preview.
yeah, so the guy, the boy, the husband is
not rocking her world.
Is not rocking her world. And then he follows the ex-boyfriend girl into the shower. Man, this nigga had the shalong. Like, he had a big-ass fucking dick. And it was thick, too. And I don't think that's his real dick. Because there ain't no way a white man had all this dick.
I'm crying.
So, the nigga started crying because his dick was so big. He was like, that's what my wife was fucking? So, yeah, girl. Having a big dick will humble the fuck out. Can you imagine if you see your your girlfriend's ex nigga and his dick was so much bigger than yours?
I was just saying it humbles women because we think that we can take dick shape, size, motion. And I know me personally,
I can't take all kind of dick.
If you have a big dick, we're probably, and it's not even anything emasculating. It's just my vagina can't handle it.
I used to date this one guy where he had a big dick, and it was just like, oh my god.
You have to mentally
I love taking it, but it was just like
before and after taking a dick like that.
Yeah, I love taking it, but I'm just like, oh my god, I can't take this anymore. Like, why do we have to feel like we have to be up for the challenge for the big dick?
I do not want to be challenged.
Girl, I'm like, it's big. Let me see if I can take all of it. Girl, what's wrong with you? Sit your ass down.
Yeah, I'm okay with not having a big dick every day of my life.
What's your next question?
My next question is, do you feel like cohabitation contributes to the downfall of relationships?
Absolutely not, because people get married after it.
Yeah.
So, no. Cohabitation contributes to whatever you make it.
Factual. I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
It's literally whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it.
Definitely. My last question to you, minute up on the spot. Damn, y'all, I suck. What's my next question? I guess I'm just gonna ask you, when's the last time you had sex, bitch?
Last night.
Bye. This episode's over. And the girls, leave us a 5-star rating. Let's be some 5-star bitches. Anything you
Honestly, no. Thank you for all on this fucking journey about cohabitation. And what works for you might not work for somebody else, but does not take anything away from your experience. And while you're at it, follow us on all social media platforms at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1.
And while you're at it, leave us a 5-star rating because we are some 5-star bitches.
Episode is fucking over.
I sip wine, kick my feet up with